Well, it's time to put on and start some mite treatments. Today we're going to talk about Apiguard, and that's my first line of defense against hive beetles. Did a mite check and I'm really running great, so I'm feeling pretty good, but I know that this is the time when mites really start to take off, and I just would rather be proactive than reactive. So I've used Apiguard and I like it because at this time of year it just really knocks everything down. I am going to show you today how I use trays, but I'm actually not going to use trays because I buy it in a 6-pound bucket, and it's just more economical, and it's actually easier for me to use because, you know, I'm doing it over 20 hives or plus, and it's just easier to do it with that. If you don't have a large operation, these trays really work great for you. And you'll see how I do it. And basically you tear off the cover of it and you put the tray in, but it depends where you're at. So this is a 50 milligram package, or 50 gram package, my mistake. And above, I think the instructions say 77 degrees, but I mean, read the instructions that come with it. You probably can get away with, or it's better for the bees to use half of this, or 25 grams, and come back in a week or 10 days and put the other 25 on. If there's too much heat, it evaporates really quick and the bees can go, we're out of here. So you don't really want that to happen. At 25 grams, I've had a lot of success with it. This time of year, we are going to be running, right now it's pretty comfortable. I think we're, in the mid to upper 70s. But as the week progresses, we're going to be into the 80s. So that's why, again, I'm using 25 grams, or about half of it, for each hive. And I'm going to actually put it on these cards that come with it, just because they're easier for me to work with, and I don't have to put a spacer in to make sure that I've got the basically 1/4 of an inch above the top of this that is needed to make it effective. So a lot of people put these on their hive and then put a super on top of that just to make sure the bees have plenty of space to get to the Apiguard. What they basically do is they don't like this. It's a foreign substance. They want it out of the hive. So they take this gel, which has the miticide on it, and carry it through the hive. And as they're carrying it through the hive, they're dispersing it throughout the hive. Basically you want to put it above the brood nest, because as we know, mites like to hang out at the brood nest because they're looking for any opportunity they can to jump into a capped, or a cell just before it's capped. So if we can get it over the brood nest, then we get it to have its most effective. So let's get on with this. And by the way, this stuff smells really strong. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna make this a fairly quick process. I'm gonna grab my smoker though. This hive has lots of bees in it, so it's doing good. I'm gonna hopefully keep them happy and healthy. And then I have to make a spot for the Apiguard tray to go. The easiest way to do that is to smoke them down. Before I do that, I'm going to open up the Apiguard so you got an idea and can see what that looks like. There's a tab on the edge, and it's pretty simple. You just simply pull it back. Apiguard says to leave it hinged. Obviously, I'm taking it all the way off. Well, I don't need to take it all the way off. And then it just looks like that on the inside. That's what Apiguard looks like, and it has that smell, but it's a pretty simple gel that goes in. And what you would normally do is you'd smoke the bees out, and I put it pretty much in the center and just let the bees do their thing with it. Let me get this out of the way. And I say this. And the bees I'm going to scrape this propolis off, or propolis burr comb off. So I've got a nice solid place to put my tray. And what you would normally do is take that all the way off, and then you set it here, and you put your inner cover back on, you put your top on, and you walk away. And you come back in a week and 10 days and see that it's gone. I'm going to use these trays just because it's easier. And if I have to do a third treatment on these, then I can just come back in and fill them back up. On it goes. That's about half the tray. And that's it. That's how you do it. Man alive. And it smells like mite treatment. It's a very distinct smell. Cover goes back on. I'm actually going to slide this over a little bit more, so it's more in the center, and let the bees do their thing. Okay, girls, make yourself mite free. Cover them up, rock them. That's it. It can't get any simpler than that. Pardon the glasses. I had a little eye injury, so I can't wear my contacts real well, but I think it works great. And I'll be back in a week, 10 days at the most. Probably sooner because we're gonna get warm, and then I come back in and I just put another squirt of 25 on it, and we're on our way. Then after that, I give it about another month and I start my OA treatments, and I'll show you that in another video. So here we go.